Hello, my name is Herimerto Rodríguez, and I'm going to present results corresponding to the investigation entitled High Temperature Oxidation Resistance of Neutrally Conductive and Inward Silicon Carbide Debris Zircon Fabrication with HBF and APS. Over time, aeronautical and power generation industries yet made significant progress in thermal barrel current using the mass protection barrel for metal components of gas turbines from oxidation and corrosion at high temperature. These currents are commonly fabricated using thermal spray process and bonding species. 2. HBF and APS. Hardy-Moutiers thermal barrel contain normally full with determined oxide when reach high critical technical level. With it is made this working to stem the oxidation resistance of neutrally commercial conducting and coring contacts and silicon carbide debris zirconia and projects with both HBF and APS projection system comparing and analysis with had better response to oxidation. For the generation of carbon material, the mechanical grinding process with heat wire through process of debris zircon particles were met with a statement of silicon microfibers. For 4 hours, the one's press obtained mystery was added to neutrally power for 2 hours. The following tables show the precision parameters. Is to obtain the coring using both processes. The coring will projection samples of Inconel H715, 1 by 1, each space. According to this, for coring system, we obtained 2 species with HBF, one corresponding with the commercial part and one corresponding with the edge of silicon carbide debris zircon, and 2 more corresponding with the APS process. These systems result with the APS specimen. Once the contents were fabricated, the samples were exposed to thermal oxidation cycles, 100 cycles and theoretical. Its cycles consisted of 40 minutes of heating and 15 minutes of cooling at temperature of 1100 degrees Celsius. According to results, an image is taken appearance. The microscope obtained with ABF process in barrel comparison with obtained for APS. Monitors flat oxidation and high porosity obtained in the coring process the APS. Also, the distribution of silicon carbide along the intersplat region in Austrian and HBF region system. This micrograph shows the migration of the coring whole system after 100 cycles. In notorious for process, the thermal ground oxidants had served in world a sonic international oxidation of the coring. The TGO appearance is the takes the APS and HBF coring, also the internet oxidation. The result the X-ray D current the presence of the TGF layer in the samples, also presence of the fossil sex beta aluminum nickel, and fase secundaria, which are normal to be present in the space of coring. The element mapping should have the aluminum oxide and silicon are distributed in near-phone samples after 100 cycles. These elements to mass have to circle the APS sample experience more oxidation than HBF sample, and the silicon complex segregate to the suffers possibly of oxidation format. Finally, the oxidation kinetics of the coring working by plotting the TGO thickness in function of time and comparing the result with two different questions: the Warner equation and a subparable one. The graphs show the coring fabricated with HBF displaying the lower oxidation resin and APS falling with and subparable cut. But more important samples with the addition of carbon silicon and boot protection system versus the wasted oxidation rate. After analyzing the results obtained, it can be concluded. The result, as not the microstream generated with HBF, is denser and eight long acid condensers fabricated with the APS, affecting the thermal growth of acid formation. The silicon adhesion al silicon carbons seems to accelerate the aluminum oxide allotropical tension by stabilizing the alpha aluminum oxide at early oxidation stages. In which processes, simply with the presence of silicon display better oxidation resistance compared to commercial coranging. Thanks for your attention.